Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. All right, guys, we have some phenomenal news coming out of Texas tonight. This is about 2 to 3 hours as of the filming of this video tonight. A federal judge in Texas just made it perfectly fine and legal for 18-year-olds to 21-year-olds to carry firearms constitutionally, like constitutional carry allows you in Texas. And this is not the only case like this. If you guys will recall, we covered something very similar to this out of the Fourth Circuit last summer. Let me know if you guys remember that, and if not, we are about to cover all of these things and tie these strings together because, in my own personal opinion, the Supreme Court is going to have this conversation between 18 to 21-year-olds and firearms pretty soon. At least that's my opinion. Everything will be linked in the description box below so you guys can find out a little bit more if you want to. I'm going to say a quick word from Arms Directory, our sponsor, and then we're going to hit it, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think on this one because this is a win for freedom right here. Now, Arms Directory is a 2A friendly social network and marketplace of ideas. With social media at large censoring a majority of freedom, Arms Directory is a safe harbor of freedom for all of us in the 2A movement. They are the only 2A protected social network out there to post about our shared passion freely. You're free to post all your favorite freedom pics, view blog posts of the industry, find local events and more, and make sure you join the LOA family group and follow me on Arms Directory, and I'd love to see you over there. Everything is linked in the description box below, and thank you again to Arms Directory for making the videos this week possible. Alright, brothers and sisters, let's get on to the happy news. Like I said, this is about 2 to 3 hours old as of the filming of this video tonight. Now, the reason that this is a really big deal is because the big push over the last gun control pushes in the last 3 months, a big, I don't want to say concern, that's too light, a big obsession with the left was get 18 to 21-year-olds not able to buy firearms. Make it so that they can't do, 21-year-olds and 18-year-olds, yeah, they can't buy rifles, sorry. A big part of that was they can't buy rifles. They shouldn't be able to. So no more, because they previously can. The big thing here is the assailing of the rights of 18 to 20-year-olds is what's on the docket right here. So, check this out. Federal judge says Texas can't ban 18 to 20-year-olds from carrying handguns, because that is a big thing, right? U.S. District Judge Mark Pittman, who cited the Second Amendment in his decision, stayed the ruling pending appeal. Sounds about right. Listen to what he did. Fort Worth, Texas. A federal court in Fort Worth on Thursday struck down a Texas prohibition that limited adults under 21 from carrying handguns. Texas law bars most 18 to 20-year-olds in the state from obtaining a license to carry a handgun or carrying a handgun for self-defense outside the home. Two plaintiffs who fall within that age range in the Firearms Policy Coalition filed a lawsuit against the state to challenge the statute. The reason that this is so crucially important is because 18 to 20-year-olds are stepping up and they are taking action legally. In this case, FPC, or Firearms Policy Coalition, is helping them with this. If you go back about a year ago, we're going to talk to the Fourth Circuit and Virginia, because that's something else that you're starting to see these breadcrumbs, like I said. Quote, based on the Second Amendment's text, as informed by founding-era history and tradition, that's Bruin decision language right there, the court concludes that the Second Amendment protects against this prohibition, U.S. District Judge Mark Pittman wrote in the ruling. The Firearm Policy Coalition filed the lawsuit in November of 2021. It came months after a legislative session in which lawmakers passed a law that allows Texans to carry handguns without licenses or training, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is a very left-leaning source, but they're talking about constitutional carry. You still had to do the background check when you bought the gun, but that's not good enough. Now you can get a license without a permit, which is just marketing and propaganda. But let's go back again. Tell me if you guys remember this. The Fourth Circuit last year in July. Fourth Circuit strikes down law barring gun sales to adults under 21. That's another 18 to 21 window time frame of rights being assaulted. We covered this when it happened. This is why I think this is going to end up in the Supreme Court, particularly flying in the face of the left's desire to restrict 18 to 20-year-olds from buying rifles. They're legal adult citizens. Why can they not embrace some of their Second Amendment rights? Why can they not embrace all of their Second Amendment rights? Why can they only have certain rights but not others? And the big thing that they hit on in the July earlier session with the Fourth Circuit was, well, they're a naturally irresponsible group, so they shouldn't have their rights. That was actually in there. Quote, in the law, this is from the judge who wrote this, a line must sometimes be drawn. But there must be a reason why constitutional rights cannot be enjoyed until a certain age, wrote a Donald Trump appointee, adding, quote, our nation's most cherished constitutional rights vest no later than 18, and the Second Amendment's right to keep and bear arms is no different. Dead on. Why can you be drafted? Why can you vote? Why can you not carry, or why can you not take part in the Second Amendment? So you can do all those things, but you can't do the Second Amendment. That makes sense. Quote, Congress may not restrict the rights of an entire group of law-abiding adults because a minuscule portion of that group commits a disproportionate amount of gun violence, wrote Richardson, who's the judge, who said lawmakers used misleading data in order to pass the age restrictions in the 60s. Here's another thing from the same judge. Richardson acknowledged a need to combat violence and crime in the U.S., but said the Fourth Circuit will not, quote, relegate either the Second Amendment or 18 to 20-year-olds to a second-class status. The more that we hear about this, the more cases that get brought up, this is going to continue up, and I bet that the Supreme Court, in its current stance, will take this up, and we will be very pleased with the outcome because it's quite simple. Why are you restricting a legal, law-abiding adult from their constitutional rights? It's a fairly straightforward question. Then you get into this whole, well, some people do it, some people don't, some people are criminals, some are impulsive. So, not everybody. Just like when you want to restrict gun rights for an entire population based off of a tiny, minuscule portion of criminals. Kind of like that. All of these things are connected, and that's incredibly important. He noted that at the time of ratification of the Second Amendment, the federal government in every state required 18-year-old men to be part of the militia and provide their own arms. There's your history and tradition right there. This is incredibly important that the Texas judge is doing the same thing. That's now 2 cases going in the same direction. The more judges that override this and buck the system, the more consternation you have in the circuit courts, the more likely it's going to be brought up to the Supreme Court. They're running out of options on what they're going to do on gun control, and that's why I'm bringing this to you right now. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you tomorrow morning on the Bullet Points. I'm Braden. See you later.